Please subscribe to Bear Nerd Fun. Smash the like button. Goodbye.
Hail to all. Hail we do not need. Hail to all. Hail to all. Now come on, Hollywood. Stop smelling your own farts. You might get mistaken for arse sniffers. Remember, when you go woke, you go broke. Hail to the Fandom Menace. Hail to the Fandom Menace. This is Bear at Bear Nerd Fun. Well, took a little break. It was nice. Star Trek Picard fans got emotional over Riker's return in new trailer. Yeah, I watched that trailer. Yeah, I sure did. Yeah, so Star Trek Picard dropped another trailer at New York Comic Con, and fans got a great look at some of the Star Trek The Next Generation cast set to return. We also got to see some more of the new cast in action, and a look at how this series centered on the past character borrows heavily from the current state of the franchise to tell its tale. Well, I could have swore they said there wasn't going to be no Next Generation cast joining. I could have swore there was stuff being said by the showrunners for Star Trek Picard. Interesting. As cool as it was to see Jerry Ryan back in the franchise and some cool sword fighting scenes, the highlight of the latest Star Trek Picard trailer for many was one thing. People were psyched to see Picard pay a visit to the home of Deanna Troi and Will Riker, and may have even gotten a little emotional about it on Twitter. It's so bizarre to see all these folks together again, but all at the same time. It feels so right. Just a note of caution. It feels like nostalgia play. You know, I'm hoping for the best, but I'm definitely expecting the worst when it comes to this. It is bizarre. It's so bizarre to see all these folks together again, but at the same time, it feels so right. Like nostalgia sandwich. Show us these peripherals in these nice little visual images. Let's do things like, let's see. Bring Hugh back and make him look a little bit less Borgish. And let's see here. Now let's do this. And I'm wondering, is this on the cube? Is it so? Is this on the cube? One wonders. And it's almost enough to make you want to wish the entire series revolves around Picard moving. Oh. It's enough to make you want to wish the entire series revolves around Picard moving in with Will and Diana. Well, forget the Will and Diana part. To wish the entire series revolves around Picard. Interesting. Yeah. Oh. Maybe that's a bit extreme. Yeah, writers at Cineblend. Yeah. Remember, opinions, folks. Expressing opinions. Rumors and sometimes spoilers. Always be ready. Many people do watch Star Trek for the high-stakes drama and action after all. Yeah. Back to this. Then there's that. See these little things? I'm thinking defense perimeter. I noticed these. I'm wondering, could these be part of the defense perimeter, or are those ships? Birds of prey. I was wondering that. Yeah, we'll get back to that. Despite that, audiences were caught up in their feelings after seeing the two have a heart-to-heart, and some even did tributes to the moment. Memes are always a given when it comes to the internet. But how many trailer moments get their own artwork before the show even premieres? Yes, I'm making fun of the Access Media. Two pals chilling on a deck, talking about getting back in the saddle. It's the type of tear-jerking reunion that should get Star Trek fans excited and prepared for. Some reunions that may be even more emotional than this. It kind of makes me feel like the old commercials for wrestling matches back in the late 80s, early 90s, when they would advertise pay-per-view wrestling matches on TV, back when they were the WWF. Yeah. The good news is that the visit appears to be a welcome surprise. Riker and Picard are smiling, a tone is light. Jean-Luc is being straight up with his former number one about what he's about to get into, so I wonder what he did with his number two then. Riker said he won't try to stop him, which speaks to the understanding relationship the two have and makes look like this is so touching. The question is, will that bond be deep enough for Riker to suit up and help his former captain in this new adventure? Me thinks it's just nostalgia sandwich. A little bit of Riker on the toast here, a little Riker on there, and it nostalgia sandwich, nostalgia toast. Yeah, that's what that is. Whether he's in the show, I very much doubt he's in there for long term. Cameo. Just like Force Ghosts, old Star Trek actors get a screen call or a curtain call. It also seems as though Riker's Starfleet days are long behind him as well. He's at home doing some kitchen work when his old friend arrives, and of course fans are already harping on Alex Kurtzman to create yet another Star Trek spin-off. Riker's surprise seems to show this wasn't a planned visit on Picard's part, which makes the nature of the visit and all the more mysterious. Nostalgia sandwich. No, that was just me, my opinion. Does it need Deanna and Will's help for some part of upcoming mission? And throw a little bit of broccoli in there, and then you'll have a broccoli nostalgia sandwich. Oh, I'm referring to Barkley. Or is the Star Trek Picard character simply dropping by to say goodbye in case he doesn't get the chance in the future? The thought of Star Trek Picard ultimately building up to Jean-Luc's death makes my stomach turn. Yeah, I would say if this was a show just to put him in there and then kill him and then have the show be in honor of his memory and name the ship that, I'm not down for that. No. Nope. I'm out if they do that. Who knows if I'm even in, for that matter. Opinions are forming. Thoughts are forming. Opinions. Let's push away those unpleasant and entirely possible thoughts and go back to how great it was to see Jonathan Frakes, Marina Sirtis, and Patrick Stewart all together again in a nostalgia sandwich. Oh, that's my opinion. Back to the article. It sure is, which may be why so many fans are gung-ho to see Star Trek The Next Generation alumni appearing in Star Trek Picard. On another point of view, seen from a certain aspect or point of view, just my opinion, just being funny. What if a Klingon shows up in the form of Worf? Yeah, like I said, questions. It's not like these characters are needed for Picard's next chapter, but seeing them back together is exciting and makes the wait for the new series all the more unbearable. Good question, where's Worf? CBS claims Michael Dorn won't be in Star Trek Picard Season 1. Now, let's go down this way, 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 this way. Why, look! It's an elf from Lord of the Rings! No, actually, it's a Romulan. Yeah. So yeah, Star Trek Picard premieres on CBS All Access Thursday, January 23rd. Be sure to stick with Cineblend in the meantime for more details on the series and for the latest news in television and movies this fall season. So, we're getting Hugh back from The Next Generation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there was some other pictures back here. I was wondering about this. Orange jumpsuits. See the catwalks here? Same. Borg vessel. Android, like, similar to Data. I heard Dr. Soong, there was 9 possible prototypes before this. 9 total. So, this looks like an android. And there's more people in orange suits, jumpsuits. That's also an orange jumpsuit. Borg cube. My first thoughts on this was, this looks like ruins right through here. 2 suns. We trying to be Star Wars nostalgic? Are we? Or is it just lens flares? Woohoo! Lens flares. And this looks like it could be either ruins, because we're not that close in yet, and they don't go very close in on the trailer. So maybe it's a city, industrial area over in here through here. Yeah. Mutilated Borg body parts. 7 of 9 look like she's getting ready to kick some tail end. Yeah, she then looks pissed. Very upset, 7 of 9. I don't know who this could be. They didn't mention it too much. I almost thought this was Earth, but South America does not have something protruding off of it right here. So I maybe thought that might have been South America right there. But it doesn't fit. It's all wrong. Maybe it is. I don't know. They weren't very explanatory in it. Got a close-up. Now, this is interesting. You notice here, the beams. They are orange. TOS Romulan bird of prey. There's another picture. There's our Lord of the Rings elf again, otherwise known as a Romulan. That is the ship that Picard and crew will be on, I believe. Now, I'm wondering what these are. Red phasers. They look red. Or is it just the effect of the atmosphere on the phaser? It's red. Interesting. There's Data. Notice the hairline. Someone was mentioning that the hairline wasn't exactly right, and it's not. I looked at it, and it's not squared off like it was in the original. Maybe that 25% different thing. So, hail to the Phantom Menace. Now come on, Hollywood. Stop smelling your own farts. You might get mistaken for arse sniffers. Remember, when you go woke, you go broke.
Please subscribe to Bear Nerd Fun. Smash the like button. Goodbye.
Say hello.
Hello.
Hello. Say hello.
Hello.
Say nerd fun. Nerd fun. Nerd fun. Say goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Hail to the Phantom